Okay, so let's start. So from today we will start doing calculus. So before starting calculus, we will just start with functions. Okay, so some basic definition and some basic questions on function. Generally previously asked questions. Okay, and the first we'll start with domain and range. I hope different kind of functions which we have done in 11th, you guys already know, like logarithmic functions and exponential functions and so on. So assuming that, so we'll base ourselves right now on the basis of, start doing questions on the basis of domains and the range. Okay, fine. So the question is, first I'll just explain what is domain and range. So from any function, any set A to set B. Okay, if we have a mapping, and if it's a special kind of a mapping, we know that this is a function. Okay, so suppose we have a mapping, and this set A from which the mapping is happening is known as the domain. Okay, and to the set B, which through which the mapping is going on, it's happening, is known as the codomain. Okay, so codomain is a bigger set. Okay, so suppose if we have some elements left out, here. So these all elements that B will be known as codomain. The part of the codomain, which has a preimage, is known as the range. Fine. So range, okay. So this is the domain and codomain. Fine. So basically, domain are all those values of x for which all those values of x which the function can take, or the particular given mapping can take. Okay. So let's see if we can find the domain of the following functions. Okay. So the question is, find the domain of f of x is equals to 3 sine under the root pi square by 16 minus x square. Okay, find the domain of this. Okay, so what is the domain for this one? Anybody got the answer? Minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Very good, excellent. So what we have to do? So basically, this is simply 3 sine of something, right? So this part basically the angle of sine x can take any value. This sine of theta can take any real values, right? So we just have to find out that this should be real. Okay, so if this is inside, this is pi square by 16 minus x square. If this is inside root, now this is inside the root. Now whatever value is inside the root, this thing has to be greater than equal to 0, right? Only then it will be a real value, and then sine will give you some output, right? So this has to be real. If this has to be real, that means that pi square by 16 minus x square, this has to be greater than equal to 0, right? If this has to be greater than equal to 0, we can write the factors of this. So this can be pi by 4 minus x into pi by 4 plus x. This should be greater than equal to 0. These are the two factors. So I will draw, I will on the number line I will draw pi by 4 and minus pi by 4, minus pi by 4 and pi by 4. This is downward facing, so the curve will be the wavy curve. The wavy curve will be something like this. That means in this room, in this part of x, it will be positive. In this part, it will be negative, and again for this part, it will be negative. So we will take only that part for which it is positive, and it is positive from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So the domain will become simply minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Fine. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. This everybody understood? Yes. Fine. So again, find the domain of f of x is equals to 1 by root of mod x minus x. Find the domain of f of x is equals to 1 by root of mod of x minus x. Yes, minus infinity to 0. Okay. Okay. So let's solve this one. So basically, what they are saying is that this should be, this is f of x, which is nothing but 1 by root of 1 mod of x minus x. Okay. So remember, any mod questions can be solved specifically when we divide the mod part into its where it is positive or it is negative, right? Simply right now we have mod of x. We have mod of x, then we can divide the whole domain, the whole number line x into 3 parts. Just wait. Okay, so we can divide the whole x into 3 parts. One is when x is equal to 0, one is when x is less than 0, and the other one is when x is greater than 0, right? So these will be 3 parts in which we have divided the domain, right? Now see, if suppose we have x is equal to 0, now we know that 1 by 0 is not defined in maths. If x is equal to 0, f of x will be of the form of 1 by 0. That means if f of x is 1 by 0, that means x cannot be equal to 0. This is the first thing which we got from this, right? Now let's take for x greater than 0. When x is greater than 0, this modulus sign will open with a positives. This modulus will open with a positive sign. So f of x will simply become 1 by under the root of, I will remove the mod. So this is x minus x, which is nothing but 1 by under the root of 0. So that means for any value of x which is greater than 0, this will be undefined. That means again x cannot be greater than 0, right? Now let's look at the last part, the last division in which we divided the whole domain into this first division. So let's see, for x less than 0, if I look at the mod, for x less than 0, mod will open with a negative sign. So this will become f of x is equals to 1 upon under the root of minus x minus x. So this will become 1 by under the root of minus of 2x, right? F of x will become 1 by under the root of minus of 2x. Now when x is less than 0, this is minus value, this is negative sign, x is also negative sign. So overall this will become positive. So overall x will become positive. So that means this part is only defined for when x is less than 0. That means minus infinity to 0. So this is nothing but the domain. Okay, I hope everybody understood this part also. Just check it. Fine. Okay, let's solve the third one. Okay, so let's see. So first thing is that suppose we have log a base b, log a base b. So a, the conditions on a and b, that a should be always greater than 0. A should be always greater than 0, and the condition on the base is that base should also be always greater than 0, and base cannot be equals to 1. Base should always be greater than 0 and base should not be equals to 1. These are the conditions on log function. Okay, fine. And depending on base b, we will define a weak base or a strong base. When b is less than 1 and greater than 0, we will say it is a weak base. And when b is greater than 1, we will call it as a strong base. Okay. For strong base, we know, suppose 2, E, 5, 10, we have the graph something like this. We have the graph of a strong base something like this. Okay, so this is log x base b. Okay, where base b is, this b is greater than 1. Okay, this is the strong base graph. Okay, for a weak base graph, we will have just inverted. So this is the graph for the weak base. So this is also log x base b, where b is less than 1. And we know b should be greater than 0, so b is less than 1 and greater than 0. Okay, so just check this one and we'll do a question on the log function also. Okay, so let's see. So find the domain of f of x is equals to log base 2 x plus 3 and divided by x square plus 3x plus 2. Find the domain of this function. -3 and not equals to -1. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so let's solve this one also. So basically there are two components of this, numerator and denominator, right? And denominator is a polynomial function. For polynomial function, we can take any value of x, but because this is in denominator, we cannot let denominator become equal to 0. So only problem is that denominator should not be equal to 0 for this polynomial function, right? So we'll only find the values of this polynomial where it is equal to 0. So we'll find x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So for this one, we can factorize it x plus 2 and x plus 1 equal to 0. So from here we will get x is equals to minus 2 and minus 1. That means for minus 2 and minus 1, this part will become 0. For minus 2 and minus 1, this part will become 0. Right? So we will eliminate this minus 2 and minus 1 from whatever we are getting by the numerator. Okay. Now let's look at the numerator. This is numerator. So that means log base 2 x plus 3. Now here it is strong base. So this should be always this. We know the condition on this. X plus 3 should always be greater than 0. So x plus 3 should always be greater than 0. That means x should be greater than minus 3. That means x should be greater than minus 3. So from this part we are getting minus 3 to infinity. And from this part we are getting that we should remove minus 2 and minus 1 because it will make the denominator 0. So we'll simply remove these two values, minus 2 and minus 1. We'll simply remove these two values, which is minus 2 and minus 1. So this will become the domain of this function. Okay, let's check this one. Fine. Let's see. So next question is again find the domain of log base 10 minus x plus 1 plus under the root of x plus 2. 1 upon log base 10 1 minus x plus x plus 2. Okay. Minus 2 to 1. No, one value of x will not be taken. Okay, minus 2 to 0. Okay, let's solve this one. Okay. So basically in this we have a root as well as a log, right? So first let's take this thing. Let's solve this one. So this is a numerator, nothing is divided. So we'll simply write that x should be, now it is correct, Harshada. X plus 2 should be greater than equal to 0. X plus 2 should be greater than equal to 0. That means x should be greater than equals to minus 2. That means x should be greater than equals to minus 2 from this part. That means we got first thing is that minus 2 to infinity, minus 2 is included and infinity is not included, right? So we got this from this part. Okay. Now we'll find for this one also. Now remember, this thing is in log. This thing is in log. So first thing is that this denominator cannot be equal to 0. This denominator cannot be equal to 0. So first I will find out when this denominator is equal to 0. So this will be log minus x plus 1 base 10 should be equal to 0. That means, this means that x should be equals to 0. For x is equals to 0, you will get log 1 base 10, which is nothing but 0, right? So first thing is that I have to exclude x is equals to 0. That means I have to take x cannot be equal to 0. First thing, right? Now second part is that this part, whatever is inside the log, this should be greater than 0, right? So minus x plus 1 should be greater than 0. That means x should be less than 1, right? So x is less than 1. So from this part we are getting minus infinity to 1. Here 1 is not included. So we will take the intersection of all these three, right? So from this one we are getting minus 2 to infinity. From here we are getting minus infinity to 1. So from intersection of these two will be minus 2 to 1
Here minus 2 is included and 1 is excluded, right? Minus one thing is which x is equal to 0 minus of 0. Okay, so this becomes the domain. Okay, let's check this one. Fine. Next question. Find the domain of f of x equals to 3 by 4 minus x square plus log base 10 x cube minus x. Okay, find the domain of this function. Okay, so let's solve this one. So should I solve or you need time? Should I solve? Okay, so let's see. So basically this function again is divided into two parts. One first part is this and the second part is this, right? So what we'll do, we'll find the individual domain of these two separately and we'll take the intersection, you know, because that x has to satisfy both the function, both the parts, this one and this one, right? Now this, let's take this one. So this is 3 by 4 minus x square, right? This is the only problem with this one. The only problem with this one is when the denominator is equal to 0. Otherwise, all the values x can be taken. Right? So what we'll do, we'll only find the values of x where denominator is 0. So for x is equals to plus minus 2, the denominator will become 0, right? So that means we cannot take values of x as plus or minus 2. So for the left, this part, the domain is this, r minus plus minus 2. Hai na? Okay. Now let's look at the right side. Now this part is log base 10 x cube minus x, right? Now we know that this part should be greater than 0. This x cube minus x should be greater than 0. And how we can solve? X cube minus x should be greater than 0. We can solve this using Wavy curve. Okay. So what we can do? Yeah. Now it's correct. And I think by mistake you wrote 4. So in this, what we'll do? So we'll take x common. So this is x square minus 1 should be greater than 0. Then we'll factorize this further. So this is x minus 1 into x plus 1 greater than 0, right? So we will write the three critical points for this one. The three critical points are 0, 1 and minus 1. 0, 1 and minus 1. At infinity, at positive infinity, this whole thing will be positive. So positive, right? And then at positive, then negative, then positive, and then negative, right? So for this one, the set of values of x which we will take will be between this and this, right? So from here, what we will get? From here, we will get minus 1 to 0, both excluded because greater than 0, right? Minus 1 to 0 union. From here, we will get 1 to infinity. Again, 1 is excluded. This part, now what we have to subtract? We have to subtract from this plus minus this one. We have to subtract plus minus 2 from this. So we will get the answer as, so intersection of this and this, because 2 is not included in this, 2 is not included in this. So simply the answer will be minus 1 to 0, both not included, union 1 to infinity minus of 2. So this will become the domain. Okay, just check. Fine. So these all functions were means they are not periodic in nature, right? So we try to find out the domain of a functions which are now periodic in nature. So for example, trigonometric functions, trigonometric ratios and functions including trigonometric ratios. Okay. So let's see. So remember, you have to report the complete domain, not just a part of domain, not just in principal value. You have to report the complete domain of a particular function. So let's see. So find the domain of f of x is equals to under the root of 2 cos x minus root 3. Find the complete set of domain for this. Okay, think about it, solve it. Remember the values for cos. No, but that's what I'm saying, Harshada. Only we don't not only just principal value. We have to report the whole set of domain now, because cos is a periodic function. For certain values in the principal value, it will satisfy. Then it will repeat again and again. So we have to give a proper answer so that we will report all the domain. So let me solve this one for you. So basically what is happening, that this should be again greater than or equal to 0. This thing inside should be greater than or equal to 0, because this is in under root, right? And that means 2 cos x minus root 3 should be greater than or equal to 0. That means cos of x should be greater than or equals to root 3 by 2. Now because these both are constants, so I can just simply take the other side and divide. So now for this one, let's first draw cos x curve. Cos x curve. So cos x is something like this. Right? And see, cos x is always symmetric. Cos x is always symmetric about 2 and pi values. So 2 and pi means 0, right? Then here we will have pi. Then here we will have 2 pi. Then minus pi, minus 2 pi, minus 4 pi, minus 6 pi, plus 6 pi, plus 4 pi, and so on, right? So every even multiple of pi, cos will be symmetric. So if I draw these lines, so cos will be symmetric, right? and they are saying that cos they are saying that cos x should be greater than equals to root 3 by 2. So let's suppose cos x is getting first value of root 3 by 2. So first value of root 3 by 2, cos will get at 30 degree. So cos 30 will be equals to root 3 by 2. So that means pi by 6. First value will be pi by 6, and then every value on the left side, will be positive and greater than root 3 by 2, right? But now what you will say that, sir, this is also greater than, and from here also we will get the same value. That means here also minus pi by 6, and anything between these two will give you the proper values of x, for which this one will be greater than equal to 0. So first answer we will get as minus pi by 6 to pi by 6 close bracket, right? Now next one again, here it will be 2 pi, right? From 2 pi again, right side I have to move pi by 6, and left side I have to move pi by 6, so that I will get again this part, So for this one I will report 2 pi minus pi by 6 comma 2 pi plus pi by 6 close bracket, right? So similarly, if I look at all the values, it will be symmetric about these even multiples of pi. So this is 0 into pi, this is 2 pi, this is minus 2 pi, then 4 pi, then minus 4 pi, 6 pi, and minus 6 pi, right? So instead of writing these values, what we can use, we can introduce n, where n belongs to integer, and we can write the solution as domain as. So domain will be close bracket 2n pi minus pi by 6 to 2n pi plus pi by 6, where n belongs to integer. Okay, so for different values of n, you will get the different set of domain, right? And n belongs to integer, so this will give you the complete set of values of x, for which this function which will give you the domain for the complete set of values of x. Understood? Just like this answer. Bacha, everybody understood this thing? Should I give you one more example? Everybody understood this thing? Should I give you one more example for this one? For functions like this? Just like this one? Okay, fine. So let's see. So basically, instead of cos x, I will use tan x now. F of x is equals to under the root of tan x okay, 1 minus tan x, 1 minus tan of x. F of x is equals to 1 minus tan of x. Okay, tell me the domain of this. Something exactly similar to the previous one, but instead of cos, now we are using tan. Arey bachcho, only one or two of you are only answering rest. Are you getting it or not? I'm not able to understand if you are getting or not. Please, even if you are getting wrong answer, just write it. It's okay to write wrong answer. At least you try. At least try. Give wrong answer. No, there's no issue in that. At least I will know. N pi minus pi by 4, n pi plus pi by 4. Okay, let's see. I think it should be something is wrong in the lower limit. Is in the lower limit something is wrong? Just check. Okay, so let's solve this one. Fine. So what is happening is that this is now again in root and 1 minus 10 of x. So this has to be greater than equal to 0. So I will simply write 1 minus 10 of x should be greater than equal to 0. Right? So that means 10 of x should be less than equals to 1. 10 of x to be less than equals to 1. Yes. Okay. Kanti, I guess it is correct. Enough. Harshita, it's not, still it is not correct. See, so basically what is happening now, we'll see, first we'll draw 10x curve, first we'll draw 10x curve, and remember, if in such kind of question you do not remember what was the general answer for sine 10, just draw 3 parts, just draw three continuous parts, and then from there just check whatever answer is given, is it correct or not. So suppose if I do not remember, okay, so suppose if I'll try to find out the answer. So suppose if this is 10 curve, so this is pi by 2, this is minus pi by 2, then you have, so this is 0, then you will have pi, then 2 pi, then 3 pi, then 4 pi, right? So this is, okay, similarly with this one, right? So this is minus pi by 2, this is pi by 2, right? Then the next one is, this is pi, then the next one will be, this is pi by 2, so this is 3 pi by 2, right? So now see, 10 should be less than 1, 10x should be less than 1. So what I will do, I will simply first within the principle, this part I will mark first value for pi by 10x is equals to 1. So what is that value? This is pi by 4, midway of this, right? So pi by 4. So that means which values of 10 it can take? It can take all the values of 10 from here till here. Everything is less than 1. So from here till here. So we know that the first thing, this part is, so if I'll just simply represent this, so this will be, for this one will be minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 4. First thing, minus pi by 2 to pi by 4. Pi by 4 will be included and pi by 2 will be not included, because at pi by 2 it is not defined, right? Now let's look at this part, right? Let's look at this part. This was n pi, means 0 into pi plus pi by 4. This is 1 into pi plus pi by 4. Again here it will be 1 into pi plus pi by 4. This is nothing but pi plus pi by 4. So this, the solution for this again will be from here till here. Again it will be from here till here. So right, so again if I'll write this, so this was minus pi by 2. So now I will have pi by 2 to pi by 2 to pi plus pi by 4. Pi by 2 to pi plus pi by 4. This I can write as minus pi by 2, 0 plus pi by 4. Now I have shifted 1 on the right side. Again when I'll write this one, it will be a minus pi by 2 plus pi by 4. Minus pi by, minus pi. So this will be pi by 4. The previous one will be minus pi plus pi by 4. So this thing I can simply write that this part, I can simply write this part combined, I can simply write as combined, I will simply write as n pi plus pi by 4 included, right? N pi plus pi by 4, right? Now suppose for the first part, and we know that this part will be an odd multiple of pi by 2. We know this previous one will be an odd multiple of pi by 2, right? So let's keep a value 0. So for n is equals to 0, how will you get minus pi by 2? for n is equals to 0, how will you get minus pi by 2? Suppose if you had 2n plus 1 pi by 2, 2n plus 1 pi by 2, if you substitute n is equals to 0, will you get pi by 2 or minus pi by 2? Here we will get pi by 2, right? And suppose if I write 2n minus 1 pi by 2, if I substitute n is equals to 0, what will I get? Minus pi by 2. So that means the lower bound is can be best represented as 2n minus 1 into pi by 2, right? Now see, in here if I substitute n is equals to 1, so you will get pi by 4 plus pi plus pi by 4, and here if I substitute n is equals to 1, so you will get 1 into pi by 2. So that means this is the correct representation of the domain. So this is the domain. Just check this one. Even I do not know that what was the general solution. You can just simply make three set of the repeated thing, and then you can just write for 2, and from there you can check which one will be the correct answer. Okay, let's check this one. I hope this one everybody has understood. Yes. Fine, everybody understood this part. This for 10x also. Should I give you one more example based on this? Fine, just check this. Okay, then one more example. Something of the similar form, right? Something of the similar form. Let's see. Okay, so let's see now. Suppose you had f of x is equals to under the root of 1 by 2 or 1 by root 2 minus mod of sin x. 1 by root 2 minus mod of sin x. Let's see if we can solve this one or not. 1 by root 2 minus mod of sin x. Remember, draw three trees, three repeated parts, and then from there you can try to solve. Okay, so let's solve for this one. So basically for this one, we have a mod of sin x. right? So first what we'll draw the graph mod of sin x. First, what we'll draw the graph of mod of sin x, right? So sin x, I will draw sin x first, and then I will, on the same graph, I will draw mod of sin x. So sin x is something like this. Fine. So one set of representation, one similar, and then this one. Okay. But because it is a mod, we know the negative part will also become positive. So it will become something like this. Right. So this is basically mod of sin x, right? And what they are saying that 1 by root 2 should be minus mod of 1 by root 2 minus mod of sin x should be greater than equal to 0. So that means mod of sin x should be less than 1 by root 2, right? So first 1 by root 2 is coming here. So first 1 by root 2 is coming here. That means this is pi by 4, right? So mod of sin x means from here till here, right? And also from here to here. So this is minus pi by 4, right? Also same thing. So what I will do, I will draw straight line. I will draw a straight line. So every part here, this portion can be taken as these values of x for which this will be the output can be taken, right? Now this is 0, right? This is 0, pi by 2, then you will have pi, right? Then 3 pi by 2, you will have 2 pi. Then then you will have 4 pi, then you will have 5 pi. Similarly, here you have 0, then you will have minus pi, then minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi, and so on, right? And see, around these values of multiples of pi, this is symmetric. This is symmetric. So how much you have to move here? Pi by 4, or how much you have to move here? Pi by 4. So that means I can write this one as from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, close bracket, because it is in numerator. This one I can write as pi minus pi by 4 to pi plus pi by 4. This one I can write as 2 pi plus pi by 4 and 2 pi minus pi by 4 and so on. So what will be the domain? If I'll write in general form, so it will become n pi minus pi by 4 to n pi plus pi by 4, where n belongs to integer. So this will become the domain. Understood? Just check this one also.